Thank you for joining us for ACOM's virtual First Patient Memorial Service. This annual service allows us, as educators and students, an opportunity to express our solemn gratitude in remembrance of those who have helped further the medical education of our students through our Willed Body program. This is also a special occasion for us to humbly thank the family and friends of those who've trusted the bodies of their loved ones with us. They have made and will continue to make an impact on the lives of our students as they train to become future physicians. They will never forget them as they carry the memory of their first patient through their career.
As the Associate Dean of Anatomy and Molecular Medicine, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our donors. Anatomy is an essential portion of medical education that provides an in-depth understanding of the human body. The wealth of knowledge gained through the selfless gift of body donation extends well beyond the classroom. These donors are our medical students' first patients during their gross anatomy course. For our students, the memory of their first patient will guide them as they care for countless patients yet to come.
When I first stepped into the anatomy lab and met our first patients, I was overwhelmed by their selflessness. It doesn't matter what happens to my body after I'm gone, that's a common sentiment, but who hasn't at least once thought of the arrangements for their burial, a location they want their ashes spread? We rationalize these away as it really doesn't matter, but what remains is left for others, for the ones who come after, for the family and loved ones left behind. Instinctively, we all want a choice for our bodies after our last breaths. In choosing to educate a new generation of physicians who may better serve their communities, these first patients boldly dedicated themselves to sacrifice. They decided that they were content to add one more stop at the conclusion of a taxing journey of life, all to ensure that we, the students, could receive the maximum benefit from our education. For this sacrifice, I am eternally grateful. To you, the families and loved ones of our first patients, I offer my gratitude for your patience. You've waited a longer time than most to fully grieve. We can rationalize a funeral in absentia the same way we can rationalize the particulars of our own burials, saying that it doesn't matter if their body isn't here, as long as we remember them. This is true, but having the body nearby is an immense comfort. It is a reminder that they lived and experienced just as we do now. It offers finality and conclusion, which allows us to mourn completely. So I thank you profusely for allowing us to harbor your loved ones. Allow us to honor both you and your loved ones through dedicated service to our communities. Allow the successes brought from our learning here at ACOM to reflect not only the generosity of your loved ones, but yours as well.
When many of us begin medical school, we are told that anatomy is the foundation of medicine. What we do not fully understand is that the true foundation of our education is not simply the study of the human body, but the generosity of the individuals who choose to give such a meaningful and selfless gift to the future of medicine, us. As students, walking into the anatomy lab for the first time is a moment that stays with us. There is a quiet understanding among us that what we are about to learn has only been made possible through an extraordinary act of generosity. Each of your loved ones represents a life that was lived and relationships that were cherished. As family members who helped make the decision to share that gift with students they would never meet, your generosity has played an essential role in the education and formation of future physicians. Throughout our time in the lab, these individuals became far more than teachers of anatomy. In many ways, they became our first teachers in medicine. They teach us humility. They remind us of the responsibility that comes with caring for another person. And they help us to begin to understand the privilege it is to practice medicine. For many students, this experience is one of the first times we truly pause and reflect on the humanity behind the science we are learning. It reminds us that medicine is not simply about memorizing structures or understanding physiology. It is about compassion, respect, and the responsibility to care for others with dignity. To the families of the donors, please know that your loved ones are remembered with deep respect and gratitude. Their gift has helped shape the education of future physicians in ways that extend far beyond the anatomy lab. The lessons we learn through this experience, stay with us throughout our entire careers. Their generosity continues forward in every patient we care for and every life we hope to save. And for that, we carry a lasting sense of gratitude to you and your family members.
Today, we gather to remember and honor those who made an extraordinary choice, one that continues to shape the education of future physicians like myself. While we may not have had the opportunity to meet these individuals in life, their generosity has left a lasting, profound impact on both myself and my fellow classmates. When I first entered the anatomy lab, I expected it to be a place of science and study, and it is, but it quickly became something more than that, a place of reflection, humility, gratitude, and respect. Through the generosity of your loved ones, those who we honor and remember today and forever, an opportunity was enabled that cannot be replicated by any textbook or screen. My classmates and I were given the chance to learn from teachers who, even in passing, continue to guide and shape the next generation of physicians. Because of this, I did not just memorize anatomy or study physiology. I have developed a deeper respect for the complexity of human life and a better understanding of the responsibility I carry as a future physician. This experience has also brought my classmates and I closer together. As we studied alongside each other, we reflected and supported one another, forming bonds rooted in the shared responsibilities of purpose and thankfulness. Your loved ones, whose lives were entrusted to our care as our first patients on this road of medicine and growth, have taught us compassion, professionalism, connection, and reverence. To the families and friends listening, please know that your loved one's decision, alongside your trust in us to care for them, will forever hold a special place in our hearts. A generous gift that not only fostered knowledge, but also character. For such an incredible opportunity to learn from their gift and to be part of their story, I personally extend my deepest and most sincere gratitude to them and to all of you.
Today we come together to honor a group of individuals whose final decision was an incredibly meaningful one. Our first patients chose to give us something so meaningful, knowing it would help students like us learn, grow, and one day care for others. When I first started medical school last July, I remember feeling overwhelmed. Anatomy felt so difficult trying to learn from text. It was hard to picture and hard to fully understand. But last semester in the anatomy lab, that began to change. Because of our donors, what once felt confusing started to make sense in a real and lasting way. We were able to learn with a deeper sense of understanding and respect. Those lessons have continued staying with us because even now, this semester, our professors still bring us back to those moments in the anatomy lab. They remind us of what we learned and how those experiences continue to guide us as we learn. The impact of our first patients go far beyond our classroom. It will stay with us in every patient we meet, every decision we make, and every moment we are trusted to care for someone's life. In that way, their kindness continues forward, reaching people they will never meet, but will be forever helping. What feels most meaningful is that our first lessons in medicine came from people who chose to give without ever knowing us, and yet their influence has become a part of who we are becoming. We will carry their gift with us, not in just what we know, but in how we show care, compassion, and respect to every person we have the privilege to serve.
On behalf of myself and my classmates, I want to say thank you, both to the first patients for their final act of generosity and to their families. This experience has taught us that medicine is not just about knowledge. It's all about the patients, their lives, their stories, and the trust they place in us. Our professors are our teachers right now. However, the best doctors learn the most from their patients. Our patients are our best teachers, and I am so grateful to our first patients because not only are they our first patients, they're our first teachers and our first chance to learn through service. Through them, we begin to understand the responsibility that comes for caring for another human being. We're reminded that every patient we'll one day treat has a story that deserves to be honored, and let their stories guide our decisions. The lessons and guidance that we receive through our first patient experiences are something that will inform every patient interaction we have and every decision we make as doctors. Thank you for this extraordinary gift. It truly means more than we can say. And to the families, we know this gift comes from a place of loss, and we are so grateful for your generosity and your trust. Please know your loved ones have made a lasting impact on us all.
It's oftentimes been said that medicine can be referred to as the noblest of fields. Those of us who commit ourselves to this profession are charged with certain responsibilities: to act humbly, to heal, and to show humanity to our fellow man, regardless of the circumstances in which we find them. However, as I sit and contemplate the nature of this field, I find myself returning to the most important trait of them all: humanity. In that I am struck by a simple fact: many will come to the physician seeking healing, but conversely, the physician will draw upon their patients and grow and heal alongside them. As we focus on this fact, I would like to extend my deepest thanks to the families of our first patients for your strength, your compassion, and for the gift you have given us. It has been nothing short of an honor to learn alongside these first patients, to care for them, and in turn to grow from them. It is with great humility we approach this task, in a spirit of utmost gratefulness for these patients alongside their families. There's a story that one of the first signs of our modern civilization is, coincidentally, one of our first recorded medical interventions. It was a splinted, broken leg high on the Himalayan mountains. It was one person showing the gift of compassion to another human being. This act of service is at the core of medicine as a field. In this, your loved ones and you, their family, have embodied the very spirit of this noble profession, that we, as students, might learn from this gift not just science, but the acts of service, humility, and the very best of humanity. In closing, I would like to leave you with this fact. The American Association for Physician Leaders states the average primary care doctor will see a panel of about 20 to 25 patients a day, totaling over a 30-year career. When you add that all up, you get around 150,000 visits across that career. I would like you to know that the gift you and your loved ones have given has aided in the training of these future physicians, and by extension, you will have successfully touched the lives of every patient we ever treat. While we cannot thank you enough for the gift which you have given, we can promise to uphold the values of humility and humanity, to continue to tell their story, written in compassionate care for every individual we treat, from now our first patient until the last of our 150,000. With that in mind, thank you.
In 2018, ACOM established a unique memorial to honor our first patients. This granite structure and garden provides a place for students and family members of the donor to visit and reflect as they remember their loved one. Each year, the names of these donors are engraved on the wall as an indelible tribute to their priceless gift. We remember these first patients today and thank them for their lasting impact.